record on this computer. There we are.
Yay!
Well done, because I'd have forgot. So
We
busy
are live.
freaking out about how we connected. Is it working?
Are we? Is it? Yes, it is. We're here.
Are we?
Friday after. I nearly said Saturday afternoon then, but it's not. It's Friday afternoon.
It is Friday. It's Friday all day.
It shouldn't
I can see my bright top.
I can see your bright top.
That Mike calls my deck chair top.
That's not very nice. It's gorgeous.
I really like it.
I like it. It's a nice colours.
Right,
Okay.
just that's it. Right. Oh, Emma Jane Sadler's joined.
Yay!
Hey, Deborah.
Hi, Deborah. Yeah,
Sorry
no,
for any noise in the background. That's Coco doing her idiot Labrador dance.
as always, you know, it's Britain's Got Talent in your house.
It is. She's in season.
Yeah.
So she's super extra clingy and annoying.
Right.
Me alone from the second I get up. And there is a roast piece of gammon that is falling apart in a casserole dish on the top of the oven, and it's killing her that it's not in her dish. So, you know, it's been a tough day.
Some people would say you are torturing the poor girl.
They would say that, and Coco would agree.
Yeah. Poor thing. Yeah, I washed my hair today and it went very floofy. And as I was outside and it was blowing around and annoying me, so that's why it ended up like it is.
I quite like it. It looks very elegant.
Oh, thank you. Shows off my scrawny neck though.
See, only you would think of that.
At least when I've got my hair, I can just sort of like bring it round, can't I?
I could do with hair down to the floor like Cousin It.
Oh, wouldn't that be fab? That would hide a multitude of sins, wouldn't it?
I'd probably just fall over it all the time.
Sit on it and then go like, I can't move.
I'll get it stuck on door handles and things like that. I'm sure it will be super annoying.
Well, just imagine the drains.
Oh yeah, I'm in the shower afterwards.
Oh, and how long would it take to dry?
Oh yeah, days. My quarantine is some cold tea from a previous Zoom call.
Oh no, you didn't even get a chance to get yourself a tea?
No, and I was partway through baking a batch of cookies as well.
Oh no.
So, and I thought I've got to take these ones that aren't quite done out or they'll be burned. And I only started making them because the roast was on and it was the same temperature, and it's the shame to not use the shelf.
Yeah.
So I had to take those out and then slam them back in as soon as I was off that call, and then I've been running backwards and forwards, swapping what's on shelves and things like that.
Are you feeling all talked out?
Not really, no. Today's been about techie and geek stuff. It's been a working day.
But it's Good Friday.
Well, it was just when he was available and I was available, and we're in different time zones, and sometimes it's a bit hard to sort out. And I would have spoken to him earlier in the week, but I couldn't because I was busy with some volunteering stuff and other tasks. So it was one of those where I said I can do Friday, Saturday, or whatever day next week. And he said, well, do you mind if we do Friday? And I understand if you have views about that on religious grounds, but it wasn't a paid thing. It was more a case of discovering what needs to be done.
Right.
So I don't feel that it was a paid service, and I don't think I've broken any of my own rules. I don't shop on Friday or Easter Sunday, and it's not a religious thing. It's the fact that shops used to be shut on those days so that families got time together, and I just think they should be.
Oh yeah, I think they should be. I mean, they are shut on Sunday, isn't it? Just the 2 days in the whole year. Good, Easter Sunday and Christmas Day. They're the only 2 days. And even then, you've got some of the spas are open.
I know.
Not all of them, but some of them. And they shouldn't be, really, to be honest. If you can't be that organised, you know, what I don't know, maybe you need some paracetamol or something, but surely we can all survive 24 hours without a shop.
Well, somebody had asked if anyone was going shopping today or tomorrow, and I've just said no, I won't be shopping this weekend. But I'll happily go on Tuesday for you, because Easter didn't sneak up on us.
It's been coming for a while.
Been pretty well advertised.
Well, I reorganised myself. I should have been going this morning, but I went yesterday instead.
Yeah.
So
it's not a big deal, is it?
Can I have a flash? No, not that kind.
Oh, do you know, at my age, you take what you can get.
Wrong kind of show, love. Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, that's Saturday night, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely the wrong show you're on there. Really nice. It's looking good.
I'm really enjoying it, actually. It's quite relaxing. I just have to count to 3.
Can you do that?
Generally speaking, although on the on this row, apparently I couldn't count to 3. I was watching Atomic Blonde.
What did you count to?
I managed to get a 1 and then go to the next 3. And it was only when I was doing the row back to complete the colour strike that I thought, that's a 1. I had to rip back to that, because in crochet, well, I could have done standing double crochets or treble crochets, depending on your UK or foreign terms, US terms, on either side of it and woven in the ends. But I just ripped it back because it wasn't the end of the world. Let's have a flash of your cardigan.
Right, okay. I have 2 more rows to go, and I've had to swap to my purple. Do you like that?
Oh, that's pretty.
So I've literally just joined that in halfway through the last round. Hang on. So I'm just coming to the front, my steeky bit. There we go. How's that look?
That's looking really good.
So I've got, like I say, 2 rounds, one decrease and 1 plain. Actually, it's 3, because then I want to do a plain before, and then I go on to the rib. So I've got a plain round, a decrease round, a plain round, and then I'm going to do my rib neck, and then I'll cast off.
Well, that would probably be the time to put it on a thread and just try it on with your arms in the sleeves.
I did that this morning and nearly lost some stitches because I didn't put it on a thingy. I will try it again. I want to do my rib actually before I and then try it on before I cast off, just so it looks like it wants to be, even with the rib and that. But I tried it on this morning and I put stoppers on the end. So I have I've got a smaller cable on now, but I had the bigger cable on. It was 20 centimeters bigger, and I just put some stoppers on the ends, and I put it on, and I put my arms in and everything, and it was fine, and it looked lovely. And then for some reason, I decided to give it a little bit of a tug down, and it just went.
Yeah, no, that's why I always have a thread. Which
I know.
Go through, and then it doesn't matter if the needle. And I might
usually
take the needles out because then you've got the opportunity to tug and pull at it, and sometimes it lays brilliantly just with a bit of a tug, doesn't it? And you can then think, great, I know what I'm doing now. But
I think it's
really
look
good.
Nice. Yeah.
I love the stripes.
I really can't wait to get the scissors out though.
Oh.
So yeah, there's not much left to do on it.
She wants to cut it.
Obviously a couple more rounds around the neck.
Yeah.
Then the rib around the neck, which isn't that big actually. It's only like a few rows, so that won't take long. Do the underarmy bits that are still on holders.
Right.
Graph those together.
Yeah.
So that's not much. Cut. And then band.
Are you doing a crochet thing for your steek, or are you going to sew it?
Well, the last time I did it, I sewed it, so I think I'll stick with what I know.
Yeah, I do a sewn steek. I've done crochet steeks and they've not been the most successful.
Really?
Unbelievably, as someone who can do a crochet chain tighter than anyone thought was possible, and always having to go up to, like, this is a 4.5 mil hook. I had to do the starting chain on a 7 mil,
Right.
so that it wasn't tight at the bottom.
Yeah.
But unbelievably, when I do a steek join, for some reason I do them loose, so I have to go down several hook sizes to get them to actually grip the stitches.
Crazy.
I don't know what that's about, so I learnt the hard way. I just always get them under the machine or someone else's.
Well, the one that I did at Christmas for the gift along, I actually did by hand. I sewed it by hand and it was fine.
Yeah, I've hand sewn them before.
You know, I'm not friends with my sewing machine.
Yeah, if you're not particularly talented with the sewing machine, then, you know, hand sewing can be just as good.
And also, I am so lazy. I can't be bothered to get it out and get it all set up.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm kind of sat here going and thinking I've still got cookies in the oven, so I might have to dash through to the kitchen.
Did you forget?
Might have done. I can just smell cooking and think
oh,
it's because I definitely took that out. Might be the cookies.
Oh,
So I'll
you
finish
don't want
this
burnt
row.
cookies?
No, I don't want burnt cookies. But it's a fairly forgiving dough, I have to say.
I was nearly tempted to do some baking today. I've got 2 bananas that really need using up, and I was going to make muffins.
Peel them and freeze them.
To do what with?
Well, they make marvellous ice cream with some lactose-free soft cheese or something like that, or
muffins?
Or with coconut milk, or you like coconut milk, don't you?
I had to buy coconut milk this week because I didn't have any rice milk. I don't mind coconut milk because I like coconut. It's quite strong flavour, isn't it?
Yeah. But coconut milk with the stick blender, couple of frozen bananas, lush.
I could be tempted. The other thing that I was thinking was, obviously, I don't want to do banana bread. My banana bread never comes out quite right. It's always too stodgy in the middle, and I don't know why. So I was thinking I might make muffins, and I've got some pecans. And I was gonna chop some pecans up and chuck them in and have banana nut muffins.
Oh, that'd be a nice combo. I love pecans. That little bit of crunch.
Yeah.
It's really nice, isn't it?
Pecans and cashews are my 2 favourite nuts.
Okay.
Yeah. You wanted to know that?
I might need that information for the future.
Well, you never know.
No.
You never know.
Should I have a surprise birthday thing to buy or something like that?
Well, yeah. Well, I was sat in the garden for quite a while this afternoon. I got my laptop out and sat and did my blog in the laptop in the garden.
I have seen your blog.
Have you seen my blog?
I have.
I think you're
the gentleman I was speaking to wanted to have a chat about a site built with that particular software.
Right.
So I showed him yours and he really liked it. For all it's obviously not his topic, he liked the way that you'd set things out and he loved the conversational nature about the blog. And he was, oh right, it's running, it covers running as well. Well, that's nothing to do with knitwear. And I said, no, but people buy people. They want to know about Emma and get to know Emma. That's genius. I'm going to go back and read these.
Oh, wow. I always thought you and I were the only people that ever read my blog, to be honest.
Well, no, apparently this fitness man is going to as well. Right, I'm going to check my cookies.
Cool. Run. Come on, pretend Joe Wicks is watching you. Should we time her? How fast can she run from one side of the house to the other? Get those cookies. Where's your cookie monster? So I'm just talking rubbish, just like I do all the time. I think I finished. Oh no, I haven't finished. I have cranberry and blood orange today. If anybody is watching me, just waffling away to myself. Have you got a drink? What are you drinking? How's your day been? What have you been doing? Are you knitting? Are you crocheting? Loraine, I know you sneaked one.
I don't know what you mean. Where's your evidence?
Shocking.
Yes, I would. No, I burnt the top ones, but the bottom
Right.
perfect. So I'll eat the top ones. I don't mind a burnt cookie.
It's fine. You could put a little bit of, maybe peanut butter or something on the top, depending on what you've made.
Jake won't eat peanut butter.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Even, right, one of the nicest things is butter on the top of a biscuit. Do you know, like digestive biscuits with butter on the top?
Oh, yeah.
It's delicious.
Yeah, the only thing it would be missing then would be a touch of cheddar.
Yeah, I'm sure you could find a touch of something to go on it.
Yeah.
Or cookie with cream cheese. Have you got any cream cheese?
Salted caramel and chocolate chip.
Now, I bet
chocolate chip at the bottom.
Like my chocolate. I bet they would be lovely with some cream cheese on the top.
Excuse me.
Not like a chivy one or, with stuff in it. Just a plain soft cheese.
With perhaps a touch of cinnamon or something.
Yeah.
They are really good with, the block ice cream that you slice to go inside wafers. They're really good with a cookie wrap round.
You're determined to get me eating rubbish during this lockdown.
No, not at all, because you haven't got any in and you can't make them.
I think I could. I might have to have a go at those banana muffins tomorrow. Well, actually, I was thinking about trying to find a recipe online for some gluten-free hot cross buns.
All right.
I might have a little look, but it'd have to be just the bun and the cinnamon, because I haven't got any dried fruit in either. It's really a cinnamon roll, but I could call it a hot cross bun.
I'll tell you about Jamie Oliver's cooking at home, and somebody had done a meme and it said, loving Jamie Oliver's cooking at home, and now he says you can substitute all your ingredients for something else if you haven't got it. Here's his herby flatbreads with, was it Mediterranean mixed beans, and it was just ordinary beans on toast.
You did tell me it. It's genius.
Yeah, that's so me.
But I'm sorry, you cannot improve on beans on toast unless you are maybe putting a bit of bacon with it or a little bit of cheese or something. But however, baked beans on toast, classic. Perfect food for, being stuck at home for weeks on end.
The only way I've seen baked beans on toast improved, Jake would say a layer of grated cheese and under the grill. But for me, a friend of mine years ago did some toast, put the beans on the toast, and then mashed them with a fork.
Okay.
And then spread a layer of butter on.
Ooh.
And it was phenomenal.
Ooh. That's interesting.
Never seen anyone else do it that way.
No. But a lot of people don't like the texture of baked beans, so they probably wouldn't like them mashed up.
Yeah, it's a difficult call, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're wavering on the edge, doing something different with them isn't always the answer.
I'm very tired this morning. This afternoon. I felt like I could have a nana nap,
Well, you were up late last night.
9:30 I went to sleep last night. What's that all about?
I don't know. Someone made you stay up and got you drunk.
Yeah, they did get me drunk. Rude. They made me drink wine.
It was probably Yvonne.
It probably was Yvonne. I think so. I think we can blame Yvonne.
Yeah, because she's not watching, so it's
She's
fine.
not watching, and she's got no chance to defend herself.
Yeah, we'll just blame Yvonne for the fact that you had too much wine on your own in your house.
Or Vil. Can we blame Vil? I'm sure she's taken responsibility for all sorts of shenanigans in the past.
Oh, Vil then. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, she loves to be included. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, we wouldn't want to have anybody miss out.
We are inclusive.
Yeah. Ravelry, I put a notice on to the prize winners, so there'll be
Oh, yeah, I've had a couple, but I haven't actually looked at them yet.
Rita has asked if her prizes can be donated to Sandwich Stitches.
Oh.
Because she doesn't knit, she only crochets.
Oh, that's nice.
And she thought Sandwich was very much a lovely person and very kind and deserving.
She is.
She doesn't know that I actually gifted Samantha a pattern last week because she was dithering over. She wanted to do some crochet, but she didn't know what to do. So I actually gifted her the autumnal cowl.
Oh, yeah. And
she's kind of already had a prize. She's already had a prize, really. But it's Rita's to do with as she wishes. So I said, that's lovely. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Your wish is our command. So we'll await messages from Sandwich, and I've sorted out Nita and Jay already.
Cool. I don't know who wants what yet. I've also had one of those days where I don't know where my day has gone, but I haven't actually done anything. Well, I was going to say I haven't done anything productive, but I have. I've cleaned down the garden and,
Did you manage to get to sit out in the sun?
Well, I sat kind of under the shade of the umbrella, but yeah, I did sit out there. Yeah, it was lovely because I had to be able to see my laptop screen.
Right.
But it was lovely. It was really nice. And then my neighbour came out from around the corner, little old lady she is. To be honest, I didn't think she was there because she's so quiet and you never see her lights come on or off or whatever. And I wondered if she'd gone to stay with her daughter just before all this had kicked off. But nope, she's still in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of people done that, haven't they? Gone home to family where they're working at home or whatever, and it makes sense.
Yeah, as long as you did it a couple of weeks back. Before
the lockdown. That's the thing. Pre-lockdown.
Pre-lockdown. Yeah.
Yes. Gratuitous flash.
Woo.
Speaking of gratuitous flashes, I watched Carry On Doctor this morning.
Oh, I love that movie. That is a funny one. I still think Carry On at Your Convenience is my favourite.
Is it? I like Carry On Up the Jungle.
I can't remember it. I know I've seen it, but very long time ago.
Terry from Terry and June is in it as Tarzan. Tarzan character. And what's her name? Joan Sims is in the jungle with. Oh, his name's just gone. It doesn't matter. Very funny comedian, very witty. Frankie Howard.
Oh, I love Frankie Howard.
And she's on about snakes, and he's going, "Oh no, that's a so-and-so." And she said, "Well, I did see another one, and I'm really not sure of it." And it sort of moved its head like this. And, "Oh no, that's a Vin screen viper." And it just always makes me laugh. And I know it's an old joke, and I know it's coming, but I still smile.
Oh, that is brilliant. I love it. Oh dear. Well, I sat in my car this morning and ran the engine while I rang my mother-in-law for half an hour.
How's she doing?
She's doing all right. She's bored. She's lonely. She made her son take her out down to the town so she could go to the bank and go to Marks and Spencer's.
Right.
And I said to her, "You shouldn't be doing it. Oh, you can't tell me I can't go to my bank. Blah blah blah." I was like, whatever. What can you do?
Yeah.
What can you do, eh? Parents.
Well, yeah, just one
They're
of those
worse than the
things.
teenagers sometimes, aren't
I
they?
think Anne's just joined us. Hi, Anne. How are you doing?
Hi, Anne. I haven't seen her for so
Has
long.
anybody got a beverage? Can you one up my cold tea? Have you got
I
something more exciting?
I
Or...
did ask when you went off to do your Cookie Monster impression, but nobody
Oh, right,
replied to
okay.
me.
Cookies.
Oh. Oh no, that sounds more like Rennie.
It's a bit, doesn't it? Yeah. I should say this in advance. Were you just pissing back?
Good morning.
There's a lot of people going to be sat there going, "No, what?"
I absolutely love LOLO. I think it is one of the funniest, cleverest sitcoms ever.
I think for me, because it laughs and pokes fun at everybody.
Yeah. It's not,
Nobody is really the baddie.
Nobody is the baddie in it.
It's all a cultural laugh at every country, and I think it's so funny, and no bad language or nastiness or anything else. And I think my favourite is, I mean, it's hard to choose a favourite, isn't it? But Herr Flick of the Gestapo, can you believe it's anybody's favourite character? But he's so funny.
He was brilliant, and the way that he interacted with
Helga.
The girl? Yeah, Helga, that was it. The way that they were together. Oh, Herr Flick. Honestly, I just love that program. That was genius, and the way that they all spoke with a
they're very
English with an accent,
silly accents.
But, yeah.
I love the Italian guy, and he'd chat someone up and find out it was a bloke dressed up, and it'd be, oh, what a mistake to make.
Oh yeah.
And the British airmen, whenever they spoke, it was always war, 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 war.
They were always hidden in the bed and things, weren't they?
Yeah, with grandma.
Yeah. And like they'd suddenly just pop up and go, hello.
Yeah, beautifully done.
Oh, I do amuse myself.
I think Gordon Kay and that was fantastic.
Is that Renee?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good, wasn't he?
He was lucky to survive that hurricane in Kent, though, wasn't he? He was hit in the head.
He was. But he was never the same again.
Serious injury.
Wasn't that the Great Storm?
Yeah, it was.
And the tree comes through the car and...
Yeah, really nasty. I think Vil was still living in the UK when that happened. It wasn't her fault, obviously, because we were up in Cumbria. Nowhere near us. No. Can't blame us this time.
We lost our apple tree because obviously I was living Hayling Island in Hampshire at that time. Right. But I always remember, I think I must have been about, what was it, the storm of 87?
Something like that.
80, I'm sure it was 87. So I was 11. I was in my last year of primary school, and we used to get a piece of homework on the Friday afternoon, and then it had to be handed in the following Friday morning.
Right.
And it was always a project type thing, and I hadn't done it, and I was beside myself on the Thursday because I'd just somehow not done this project, really, really upset, trying to pretend to my mum that I didn't feel very well and I couldn't go to school the next day. And she wasn't buying it. And then I was like, I don't want to go to school tomorrow. And then overnight, the Thursday night into the Friday morning was the big storm and all the schools were closed anyway. So it could have been me.
It was your fault you did it.
So I did that, and unfortunately, some people lost their lives just so that I didn't have to hand my homework in.
Yeah, it's collateral damage.
Yeah, it's one of those things. So maybe I do have an influence because I did that, and then I said to you, didn't I, that I could do with spending a bit of time at home.
Yeah, and not having to go out to work. So it's not my fault then?
So it's my fault. And I've lost my job over it as well.
Have you?
Well, I don't know. She sent me an email and she said she hasn't heard one way or the other, but she's not expecting for
Not
hourly
expecting
pay
good
stuff.
news. Yeah, well,
No.
it's understandable.
To be honest, I didn't expect the 2 weeks that I got.
Say hello to the ladies.
Hello, how are you?
Can you hear him? He says he's all right, cheers.
Yeah, is he getting some cookies? Is he being a cookie monster?
He might be getting some cookies out the tin, but there's a set of burnt ones and a set of nice ones on a tray, so he'll have to decide which ones he wants. And there's some gammon in a dish if you want some.
I'd love some gammon in the dish, please.
Yeah, Coco said the exact same thing. She's just...
While you're offering, I mean, you like to share. I know you do.
Yeah, I'd quite like a bit of gravy on mine and maybe some roast tatties.
Yeah. I actually got up this morning and I was like, oh, I can't believe I forgot to get a roasting joint for this weekend. What a mistake and a maker.
Yeah, but you can always rescue that. Have you got chicken?
Chicken breast.
Well, that's fine then. You can make a
Callum,
chicken breast roast.
Callum won't eat a roast chicken breast. He doesn't like it.
Well, then have fajitas, as you like to call them. And then he can cook.
Just wondering if
because it's hot weather and you don't want a roast necessarily.
He made himself steak and chips for lunch today.
Oh, did he know?
Yeah. I had pasta, tuna and mayo.
Right.
Yeah. Steak and chips. It's just shocking, isn't it?
Well, you know, it is what it is.
I came in from
It's
sitting in the
very good
car.
for him. There, that's me. Is that? No, it's not meadow. Is it cypress green?
That slightly darker one.
It's slightly darker than meadow and slightly cooler. And then
Cool.
after that, we have this colour, which, so I'll show the two together. The bottom one is the next one, and that's Lincoln. And I don't know why it's called Lincoln, because that's not the colour that Robin Hood was running around in. That's not Lincoln green as I would think of it.
Was it maybe supposed to be called lichen and they spelt it wrong?
I don't know. Who knows?
Because it looks more like a lichen kind of colour, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, when you look at some of the names for the colours for yarns like Felted Tweed, like Rowan have a lot of yarns over the years where there are, say, 100 colourways. And it must be really hard to keep thinking up of different names. And we always joked because they had a brown called Sludge.
Excellent name.
Yeah, so we kept messaging them to ask would there be a Snot Green coming out anytime soon. And
did they ever answer?
No. A bit disappointed. They could have, you know, they could have had a bit of fun with it and played along, but
yeah,
no sense of humour.
Shocking.
Yeah, so I'm tempted that if I ever had a yarn range, that there would be sort of like bogey green or something like that.
Well, you could have both, couldn't you? Bogey green and snot green, 2 different shades.
Well, yeah, because snot might be lighter and bogey
it's runnier, isn't it?
Yeah, might be crustier.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. And Sludge is a great name.
Class entertainment today, as always, ladies.
Hashtag we bring the fun.
We do. We absolutely do. We certainly did last night. It was a good
apparently I got quite philosophical or something. Someone, Helen was saying.
You did, yeah, you did.
Did I?
Yeah.
I can't even remember what I was waffling on about.
Yeah, you were really putting the world to rights. In a nice way, not in an aggressive drunk way or anything like that. Just in a very
do what I tell you to do now.
No, none of that. Just very quiet and thoughtful.
What was he called? Boomtown Rats guy.
Oh yeah. Bob.
Give me a P, please, Bob.
Boomtown Rats chick. Bob what?
Marley.
Live Aid. Bob.
Why are you face?
Geldof.
Bob Geldof. That's him.
Yeah,
Just give us your money.
Thank you for your support there, son.
I'm not going to say the rude word, but that was him, wasn't it? Just give us your money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what? Rather than like start doing some difficult counting and stuff, I'm going to get my cowl back out for a little while.
Can we have a quick flasheroo?
Woo woo, flasheroo.
Is that back to the grey now?
No, we're on a light blue.
Oh, right, okay.
So it's can you see that it's different to the bottom one?
Yeah.
So and then it's back to the grey afterwards.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Kind of stormy and like a storm at sea, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful to me.
It's a curse.
The cross you have to bear, Loraine.
Yeah.
You know, it's fine.
Yeah, I've had to message Henry Cavill and say, stop knocking on the door. I am not going to let you in because I am social distancing.
Do you know, some of these people are just so rude, aren't they? Do they not get the hint? You don't want to have a house party at the moment.
No, not at all. There's lots of barbecues going on our front street, though, because this side gets all the sun in the afternoon. So everybody's out there in their front gardens just sort of burning in the sun.
Well, this is what my husband and I were arguing over, because I was reading Twitter, and apparently a hashtag that is trending on Twitter currently is police state UK, and everyone's complaining that we're turning into a police state because some police forces are walking around the supermarkets and checking what people have got in their shopping trolleys and saying, is that really an essential purchase, and blah, blah, blah.
I doubt that's actually happening anywhere. I think that's propaganda and garbage.
But you know what? If you weren't doing what you shouldn't be doing, you would have no cause for... But the thing that caused an argument was that somebody had tweeted that they were actually really upset that they were in the park doing their 1 hour of exercise, and that the police stopped them to talk to them and ask them what they were doing, right?
Yeah.
And I said, my argument was, if whoever it was looking like they were doing exercise, even if you're unfit, you still look like you're doing exercise.
Of course.
And the police wouldn't stop them. And my husband was like, well, maybe they'd stop to take a breather or whatever. Yeah, even if you stop to take a breather, you look like you are stopping to take a breather in the middle of your exercise. You don't look like you're laying on the floor. The thing was a bit ambiguous. It said something about because I'm bad at yoga, right? So I have in my mind somebody laying on the floor in a park looking like they're sunbathing but pretending that they're doing yoga.
Yeah, exactly that.
Right? So the police have come over and said, what are you doing? But
hashtag
to me,
COVIDiot.
Yeah. But to me, my point is you can do yoga at home. Even if you've only got a small, tiny flat, you can do yoga at home. You do not need to go to the park to do yoga. That should be, I need to go for a run, I need to go for a walk, or I need to go and cycle. You know, the guy, the chief policeman in Scotland this lunchtime was saying, it's not a time to go and practice your hobby. So therefore, mountain biking, you know, you can do that another time. Go and ride your bike, yes, but you don't need to go to the mountains to partake of mountain biking.
Exactly.
I just don't understand what people aren't getting about the difference between recreation and hobbies and exercise.
Yeah, Mike and I nearly got into an argument about this when he phoned the other day, because I was just on the verge of thinking, how unbelievably stupid are you, and stop thinking with your testicles.
Okay.
Honestly, on about, and I can't go to the office to get my bank statements, and I can't check my buildings. And I said, of course you can, you moron.
Yeah.
Well, what? No, you know. And I said, if you need to check your post, because there might be stuff from HMRC or the government or suppliers, you are allowed to go. You're not allowed to spend the whole day there cleaning up.
No.
But you can go and check your post. You can make sure the building's safe. You can check every property you own. Oh, well, people aren't being allowed to come up to the lakes to check their holiday homes. And I said, no. But the problem there is they're not coming up to check their holiday homes. They're coming up, they're staying them for 3 months.
Yeah.
But I think that's a different proposition. I said, you and I are paying for intensive care beds for our population. Not a load of rich stockbrokers from bloody London who, quite frankly, have got homes they should be staying in. They shouldn't be up here.
If you need to be staying overnight, then that's not the kind of journey you should be making, basically.
Well, and it isn't like there are 20 or 30 companies in the area. I've got 2 clients who do it, where they do a golden key service where you leave a key with them, and every so many days or weeks or whatever, they go and check the property. They'll sort out remote security and all manner of other things if you're worried. But to be honest, a lot of these places are quite remote, or they're in villages where there's a good solid population. There aren't that many burglaries and things like that going on. So you haven't really got a great deal to worry about unless the pipes have burst. And you could pay someone periodically to check it for you. There's no need to get in the car and come.
Not that distance, definitely.
Honestly, I feel like I'm constantly on my soapbox. Like I should carry it around with me and just step on with every other sentence.
It's just not getting through to some people, is it? The same policeman was saying that they were called to a house party that they went to, and they spoke to the people, told them they had to disperse and blah, blah, blah. And yet an hour or so later, they were called back to the same place and ended up having to arrest these people. It's just not right, is it?
No.
You shouldn't need to be arrested for something to get through to you that it's wrong.
No, it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, there's somebody not 20 yards away from where I'm sat who's got her boyfriend come to stay for the weekend again.
Really?
So, you know, people are really not getting the message.
What can you do, Loraine?
It's fine. I'm several gardens away. I don't have to sit next to them and breathe the same air. They can endanger themselves if they wish. But
Grrr.
I know, it's irresponsible, isn't it? I can understand if somebody's got to go for key work or something like that, or if they were an estranged couple and he came and picked up the child, because that's allowed.
Yeah.
Perfectly acceptable. But to be moving from one household to the other without any great need, I don't understand at the minute.
No, you're not supposed to be doing that.
So I've joined in the Lincoln but not Lincoln green.
The Lincoln, yeah.
Lincolnish. Yeah, it's nice. I've got the light blue and then the duck egg and storm blue after this.
All sound delicious.
I love storm blue. It's such a lovely colour.
Blue.
So you. It really is you.
I don't know what you mean. I've never liked blue.
Yeah, whatever. I'm just going to move over to this side of the screen because you're going to be struck by lightning any second.
Liar, liar, liar. I wonder why I like that Queen song. So yeah, I have a date tonight with Mr. Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Awesome.
Jesus Christ, superstar. Who are you? What are you waiting for? Like it.
Love it. I remember it as a child in the 70s and everybody singing it.
I used to be able to play that on my clarinet. I was in a choir at school and we played that as one of our songs.
Jake's got an oboe.
Ooh, does he still play it?
No. No, it was one of these where the school said Jake really wants to play this instrument, and I think it exerted a fair amount of pressure on Jake.
Okay.
Because they wanted to have music lessons at the school for other pupils, but could only do it if so many took part. And I paid £25 a week for these lessons. And at the end of the year, the report came saying Jake is making encouraging sounds with his oboe. And I wrote back and said, what do you mean by encouraging sounds? Can he actually play anything even as simple as Happy Birthday to You? Because I've not heard a single tune in 12 months of lessons at £25 a week. So please tell me, what kind of encouraging sounds does he make? Perhaps he can fart Rule Britannia, but he certainly can't play the oboe. And at that point, I cancelled the lessons, and they got really huffy because they couldn't afford to keep the music teacher. And I thought, well, how about actually teaching the children to play some of the instruments you've foisted off on them? And having spent £200 on an instrument that's barely being played, I was super cross.
Oh dear. Encouraging
sounds.
Well, the oboe's really difficult. I think it's even more difficult than the clarinet because the reed is even more difficult to make it vibrate.
It is quite hard, and this is what I'm saying to them. You know, it's a lot of money to spend for a single parent to find. You know, when you're already struggling with other bills, to have that kind of pressure put on you.
Did you have to pay for the oboe?
Yeah. They said that there would be instruments to hire, and it was £2 a week. And I thought, well, that's okay, because I haven't got to invest in it.
Yeah.
Then there were no instruments to hire because they didn't have enough stock for the county anyway. So I then had to buy it. And now I'm stuck with it. Because it's like trying to sell, I don't know, a bag of fleas.
Yeah, people don't want them, do they?
No.
My clarinet is actually in the loft, and it's been in the loft for the last 14 years since we moved in here. And I would like it out, actually. I should maybe send Callum up for it. I got up to grade 6.
Oh, well done.
And I never actually I didn't want to play the clarinet. I wanted to play the flute. And well, when I was at school, we didn't pay for our lessons. We were quite lucky we got them for free. But it was a half an hour with 3 students with the tutor, rather than like on a one-to-one. It was the 3 of you for half an hour, and that was fine. But there was no space with the flute. So I was told, play the clarinet. There's a space for the clarinet. So if you are, showing commitment to it, and you're improving, and you'll pick up skills like learning to read music and blah, blah, blah. And when there is a space for the flute, we'll move you across and you'll be able to get flute lessons because you've shown a commitment. So I did that. Never ever got to play the flute. So when I did my teaching degree and I graduated and I got my first teaching job, I was actually 30 at the time. My first pay packet, I treated myself to a flute, and I bought a flute, and I can just about make a sound in it. 14 years later, and I still can't play it. But that's actually on the shelf. I should get that out, shouldn't I?
Well, you should, and you need to YouTube Lizzo.
Lizzo?
Yeah, because she plays the flute.
Is she a flautist?
She is a classically trained flautist who's also a rapper and a singer. And the songs you probably want to watch are Juice, because there's a lovely little fluty bit in the middle.
Yeah.
And the other one is, what's it called? Is it Good as Hell, I think? Got my hair on, check my nails.
I don't know that one.
Oh,
is it a modern song?
She's a big chunky girl, and her dancers are called the Big Girls. And I just love her to bits because she's all body positive and really sweet and bouncy and lovely and very funny.
I really want to get my flute out now.
But yeah, Juice is the one to watch first. If you watch the Juice at Glastonbury, I think she
I'm
won
definitely
Glastonbury, in my opinion.
I'm definitely going to get my flute out and learn to play the flute during lockdown. How's that sound?
Awesome.
Yeah, make use of the time.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm quite musical. I'm quite good at music. Well, I was quite good at music. Like I said, there was 3 of us that used to play the clarinet together in the lesson, and I sounded way better than the other 2. And I was
modest too. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was picked for the orchestra.
Nice.
Yeah, I was good. I was a good clarinetist.
Awesome.
I was able to play Carmen.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and I played Dvorak. You know, the Hovis one.
Yeah.
That was one of my favourite ones. Yeah, I was quite good. Oh.
What about D'Orange Juice?
What's that one?
D'Oranges.
Who?
It's from Brastoff.
Oh, do you know, I have seen that, but it's been many, many years. What's his name's in it, isn't he?
Ewan McGregor's in it.
That's who I'm thinking of.
Postlethwaite is the band leader.
Yeah, it was Ewan McGregor whose face I had in my mind.
Tara something or other, who actually learned to play and did her solos, which I thought was incredibly impressive.
That's really good. It was out around about the same time as Before Monty, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a really nice feel-good movie. I thought it was exceptionally clever.
I like British movies. I think we do the whole, you know, emotional roller coaster thing quite well in a British movie.
Yeah, we're good with the underdog as well, aren't we?
Yeah,
along with us.
Definitely. So yeah, I'm gonna have my tea and get in my PJs and get my laptop set up all ready. So a bit of Jesus Christ
on YouTube. Is it The Shows Must Go On? It's the channel or something like that?
Yeah, The Shows Must Go On. 7 p.m. UK time tonight. Live streamed. It took me ages to work out how to turn the chat off last week when I was watching Joseph. So you've got it on the full screen, but down the side, the messages were just scrolling up as people were typing, and it was constant. And this one person kept writing on there over and over and over again, that's not 6 feet away, that's not 6 feet away, that's not 6 feet away, like the whole time. And everyone kept going,
it'll be a bot.
It was filmed in 1990. You know, it's just constant though. But why would a bot want to write that though?
Because they're dicks. They're just mean-spirited, nasty people who have no life.
Well, Caitlin said that they were just being facetious, and I said, no, I don't think they are.
No, they're trolling, and they've got nothing better to do. And if anybody actually tracks them down and tackles them, they end up in tears and go, oh God, why
I didn't
my job? And, oh, you can't have a go at me. Yeah,
why are you being so mean to me?
Yeah, because they think it doesn't matter. But they'd never dare to say anything like this to your face. So just a bunch of cowardly bullies.
Joan Collins is Potiphar's wife.
Right.
Hilarious.
I mean, it's worth what they should do on YouTube when they're doing a stream like that and premiering it, which is the sort of technical thing of how you set it up as a premiere to go out at a set time. You can appoint moderators in the chat and they can block any of these bots or anybody who just is acting.
Can you not just turn comments off?
You can just turn comments off, I think.
They should just do that, really, shouldn't they? But then I suppose half of it was that they wanted people to interact, so what's the point of that then?
Well, yeah, exactly. But if you've got moderators who can just block the bot accounts,
Yeah.
Then, you know, it'll take them a while to set up another account and verify it and then get back in, and or they'll have to switch to another account, which again somebody blocks pretty quickly. Then that tends to keep worse of it. The grocery girls who have a knitting podcast, they've got a set of little trolls that every time they come online start typing sex messages and things like this.
Why?
So they always appoint a moderator at the start of their live stream, because people are sad. It can be pretty sad and pathetic.
I just don't get some people.
Well, I don't get it either, but it's a part of being online, and until we start actually prosecuting people for this kind of behaviour, it's not going to change.
No, because they think that they can just hide behind their computers, don't they?
Until it came with a really hefty fine, it's not going to have any impact.
I'm going to have to go for a run in the morning.
When was the last time you went for a run?
Tuesday.
You're definitely going to have to go for a run in the morning. I'll message you for hours after you've been for your run, I'll message you and say, don't forget to go for your run. I might be up later than Emma is.
I usually am up and out quite early. Last Saturday, I think it was about 8 o'clock by the time I'd been and gone and come back by then, hadn't I? So,
yeah, I would quite like to take these two out tomorrow, but with cocoa in season, it's
yeah. And you can't take one without the other, because then they'll get the hot.
Oh no, I can't. I'd come back to a destroyed house.
Exactly. Yeah, there's just no point.
It wasn't so bad when I had the big crate in the living room, and they slept in that. That's their safe space. Being puppies, they really loved that crate. But I moved it because I bought some of these. You know, these risers you can get to lift a bed.
Oh yeah.
Or a desk. I got one to lift my desk up to get the crate underneath, and I got it to the right height, but it was an inch too short to fit the crate.
Oh no.
The desk wasn't long enough after all that effort. So the desk is higher, and that's good because they can lollop about under it and they don't bang their heads anymore.
So they go under there.
But they have a couple of very thick folded up duvets under there, and that's their space, and they're snuggled up in there now, snoring really, really loudly and quite comfortable.
Arthur's on the bottom of my chair, so if I was to move my chair ever so slightly, he'd get run over.
Yeah, that's called motion detect mode.
Is it? And he just doesn't want me going anywhere.
Yeah, because if you move, he then knows instantly. He is alerted by the security system, which is attached to your foot. Yeah.
He's such an idiot.
Aren't we all at times?
He got absolutely drenched with the hose this afternoon. Oh. I put it on, like a really thin, powerful jet to wash the stuff down, and he was trying to eat it.
Like that. Great fun.
Apart from he was chucking the water back towards me, so I was getting wet.
Yeah. Why should you stay dry?
Well, it was my intention.
If I wash them outside with the buckets of warm soapy water followed by clean water, I always end up with more water all over me, which is why I wear my Crocs for that particular job, so that I can squelch back indoors and then dry my feet.
They do like to share, don't they?
Stuff like that, yeah.
Even when we don't want them to.
And I got dog snogged again this morning when I was putting my socks on.
And did you appreciate it?
Oh yeah, I loved it. Yeah,
there you go.
Highlight of my day. I'm trying to be grateful for these annoyances and saying in my head things like, gosh, wasn't that lovely and affectionate? And at least she didn't have poo on her tongue. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, be grateful for small mercies, as they say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I just think it's far too selfish of you to hope that you wouldn't get snogged by a Labrador every so often when you've got two of them.
I know. And they are lovely. Very sweet.
You know, sharing the love.
Just now that my sense of smell is returning, I can smell them again.
Not
It's
the
been
best.
quite nice not noticing.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. So I think I will go to bed as soon as Jesus Christ Superstar's over. Have an early night.
Good. And you need to get something to eat, so it's probably about time for us to peel off.
Yeah, I'll need my porridge. It's sitting in the fridge, soaking. I just need to go and warm it up.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are you putting in it today, or is this just a plain one?
Well, when I had trouble getting some milk last time I went shopping, I managed to get 2 rice milks, and I got 1 chocolate soy milk. Now, I'm not normally very good with too much soya, so we'll see how this goes. But, you know, it's just a sign of the times. I just have to try these things and see how it goes. So hopefully I won't need to put anything in it, because hopefully the chocolate milk will be tasty enough.
Yeah.
But I shall let you know. I'm definitely going to end up being quite restricted with my food, I think, over the next few weeks. It's going to be like going right back to the beginning. Do you remember when I cut absolutely everything out?
I do, yeah.
I literally
when you were eliminating,
lived on egg and chips pretty much for 2 months. So as long as I can keep getting the eggs, I'll be all right.
And lost a load of weight. So, you know, it's not all bad.
I don't want it to go back on. That's the thing. I would rather just live on egg and chips for a little while, you know.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's all good. Kind of.
I'm almost at the end of my row. I've got about a foot to go.
Is that the last row of that colour?
It is. And then I'm into my blues. Duck Egg and Storm.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 rows to finish the colour sequence.
That's not many, is it?
No. How tall is it now?
I think you need to do at least 1 more repeat.
Yeah, I think so.
At least.
I think so. I did snuggle under it last night when I was finishing my caramel liqueur and before I staggered to bed. And I was thinking, yeah, another repeat at least. But then part of me is tempted to just go to bed length.
Right.
And then I can have it doubled over, or I could go the full length of the sofa behind me.
Or, you know, you don't have to stop yet. You could just keep picking it up and putting it down in between other projects.
Well, I've got other things I need to do. I promised I would do some of these mask mates, so I'll do some of those tonight. And I really want to finish my cowl over the Easter weekend, because we've got a couple of cooler days, I think Monday, Tuesday, where I would actually quite like to wear it. And it'll be sunny even if it's cool, so it would be good for photography in the front garden. Yeah, I don't know. I was going to ask your advice on that, actually. Do you think I should do the Freeman's catalogue pose? You know, like the guy in my picture from Snowdon, the photo.
Definitely. You definitely should do that pose. I've got a pose of my dad doing that in a vest that I made him. You definitely should. I think every single thing that we make needs to have that pose from now on.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll have to, because I've got my rose one downstairs that I wore when I went out the other day. You know, the rose textured cowl one. I need to get Caitlin to take a photo of me doing the pose in that.
The other one I thought I might try is from Friends, and I can't remember who Joey is talking to about acting technique.
Okay.
And he's on about somebody like Robert De Niro or someone equally famous.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh yeah, the sniffing the fat school of acting." What? and apparently it's the thing and looking like you're doing a big sniff.
Yeah, like who did that?
So that you look really serious and intimidating.
Yeah, I like it. Oh, Joey was brilliant. How you doing?
I can't remember whose house it was he'd been to or apartment, and he went, "Where's your TV?" Well, we don't have one. What do you point your furniture at? Such a good question.
True. That is true. What would you do? Well, if you didn't have a fire or a TV,
yeah,
that would be difficult, wouldn't it?
Well, and in apartments, you generally don't. You generally have central heating or whatever's provided in the building, don't you? You don't necessarily get a fire at all.
You don't, no. So what would you point your furniture at?
Yeah, I know. And they laugh at the guy, but actually, quite insightful questions.
It's a legitimate query. It really is. And what was the answer?
Well, they had no answer. They didn't know what they should point the furniture at. I think they were a bit baffled by him, but as many people are by Joey.
I love Joey.
He's just awesome. Brilliant.
Yeah. Did you like my? Did you like that Joe Tracchini? I can never say his name.
Beef toe.
It's beef toe. Love the beef toe. Apparently, yesterday, what's his name? What was the bit that you did in there? Such and such's real name is Ray was trending on Twitter yesterday. That's one of his moves, because you have to get the lip out. Was it Ted Baker's real name is Ray was one of his moves. So he called it like bag for life, praying mantis.
But yeah, they're all descriptive things that you can actually follow. That's, we're all laughing, but he's right.
Yeah. I mean, what was the reptile one?
Oh, I can't remember now.
He called it something like...
I remember I had to get a tissue because I was crying with laughter.
Oh, honestly, I was crying. I was howling. And I still keep going around with the beef toe. Beef toe, beef toe, beef toe. I had to look to see if he had another one out this morning, but he didn't.
Yeah, I was chatting to my fitness fella earlier, and I said to him, what would be the top questions to somebody of my age group to your age group, because he's older than we are, about fitness right now? Well, I don't know. I said, well, I'd be wanting to know how I can improve my lung capacity and my lung strength, because I may have had the virus. I don't know, because I've not been tested. I've had something.
Yeah, you weren't well at all.
I don't know. And the thing is, if I'm going to fight another pandemic, I want to strengthen my lungs, improve my immune system, reduce my stress. What are the things that I can do? And it just, a total natural rattled off a list of 10 things and what you could do and all the rest of it. And I'm thinking, yeah, why didn't you just click record?
Yeah.
Said that's your first video. And sometimes it's just seeing what somebody wants, isn't it?
Definitely.
Solving a problem. And this guy with his beef toe.
Beef toe, beef toe, beef toe.
Even if his exercises are a load of tosh, you're still moving. You're still getting steps in. You're moving your body. If you're normally sedentary, it's going to be the equivalent of a workout, isn't it?
Yeah, he was having a great time and he was moving and brilliant. The one that got me was he called it what do you call it? A pasta ducks. And then he come on the next time and went, oh, apparently the pasta ducks is actually a pas de deux. So that made me look like an idiot. Oh, seriously, that guy, he just cracks me up. But he's just like his dad. Fabulous. Oh, Elaine said hello.
Oh, hello.
Haven't seen Elaine for ages. I took Elaine some flour the other day.
Oh.
She hasn't made me any cakes, though.
Have you done some baking, Elaine, if you had chance? Oh, hello, Anne. Who else have we got? Andrea. We've got two Annes.
Two Annes. Andrea, Elaine.
Did you see Emma Lancaster Layton's post the other day of the crochet blanket that she's
That
finished?
was stunning.
That's an absolute beaut, Emma.
Absolutely
Really gorgeous.
stunning. Has
Love,
she
love,
ever
love it.
shared on our page the crocheted giraffe that she made?
I don't think so.
Right, I don't know if Emma's still listening, but if she's still listening, she needs to share a picture of that giraffe. It was stunning. It was a work of art, and I don't know how anyone can make something that amazing.
I don't know. It's maybe if there's a pattern, she can perhaps share that with us in the group, because my niece Megan is obsessed with giraffes.
They're my favourite animal.
I think they're beautiful.
I'm so little and they're so big. I think that's why I like them.
Megan is absolutely obsessed with them, and I bumped into her in Barrow going somewhere else and driving along the street and seeing her with her mates on her 21st night out dressed as a giraffe.
Wow.
I'm thinking, now there's commitment.
There is commitment. I'll have to get the photos of me from America feeding the giraffe.
Oh, they're lovely, aren't they? They're so cute.
Yeah, I'll find some. I was watching a Hamilton thing this afternoon. I realised I didn't get you to watch a Hamilton song yet, did I?
No.
Well, we'll have to do that then.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to do that. Right, time to get some tea, because I've not eaten yet, and neither of you. You've got porridge going.
And I've got this that needs to come out the other way now. You know, it's been drank for a while, which means that the trip to the little girl's room is definitely in order.
Well, you know, it's only polite, isn't it? Right, well, see everybody tomorrow. Thanks very much for watching. Let us know what you're making. Sorry?
Is it Sunday tomorrow?
Saturday tomorrow.
Saturday tomorrow. Oh, right.
But only all day.
All day long, right. All day long. So we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Toodles.
Right, that should be that.
Yeah.